Hi everybody, James Cross with SDS Automation, and I am here today to, we're going to provide a demonstration of the ChannelBender SXP, and over here behind me, the Channel Sander. So this is kind of our dynamic duo of our lineup. The SXP is our top of the line machine, it's our most popular machine and also our most advanced. The Channel Sander is a great tool for slashing your labor costs as far as the prep of any channel letters that are going to be headed to the paint booth. If they need to be done a custom color or some sort of custom finish, the Channel Sander will automatically scuff either pre-painted or mill finish material. And this is a sample of what we're going to be running on the machine today. It's just a letter X or a plus sign, and it's got several angles on the outside points. And what we're going to be showing is, number one, the 1/4 inch hole punch function of this machine. It will punch both 1/4 inch and 1/8 inch holes, and it does the hole punching before any bending happens. So like you see here, we're able to punch these holes right on an angle or a corner if need be. And another important feature is the broaching unit. The broaching unit is a depth adjustable scoring blade that will score the material and create a relief cut on any of the outside corners. And you can see also the finish of this material is very dull, and that's because of the Channel Sander. So it's really prepped. It'll need a little bit of touch up before it actually goes to the paint booth, but it's really well on its way. And over here we have samples of the coil, right off of the coil, that has not been touched by the sander. And right next to it we have another sample that was processed through the sander. And you can see how much shinier the unsanded material is, and you can probably hear it on my microphone here, just running my fingers across it. So that's the unsanded material. And that's the sanded material. So that makes a big difference and certainly saves an awful lot of time. So we're going to bring Kyle, our technical operations manager, is going to come in and actually operate the machine, explain a few things about the software, and also while the machine is going through its different motions, he'll explain what exactly you're seeing. But again, keep an eye out for the broaching. There are 16 broach points on this letter. There's 3 at each outside point and the inside points, and then the 2 1/4 inch hole punches. And we hope you like what you see.
All right, thanks, James. We're going to get into the software here, take a look at a few features we have, and then we'll draw a tool path and we'll run out the sample that James was showing you there. So our software is developed in-house here. It's our proprietary software that you'll find on all of our channel benders or channel trimmer. And this allows me to open up our design files of a number of different file formats, the most common being a DXF file. And typically I like to have the same file that was used at the router to cut the back or the face, I like to have at the bender. With that, I know I'm working with the exact same dimensions, and I know our piece is going to fit well with that. So we do have a material database in the software where we build up a catalog of the materials that you're using in your shop. So with our material selector, we can go in and select the material that we're running. In this case here, it's a 3-inch 063. And that will automatically apply some of the software settings, processing settings to our toolpath, as well as control some of the functions on the machine, whether we want broaching or if we were doing an 040 and we needed flanging and notching and whatnot. So, all right, so let's take a look into our file here, and we're going to use this plus sign here as our sample. And I'm going to first draw a tool path on this sample. So by selecting my toolpath draw tool and then selecting a point where I want my seam. I've selected a piece here on the side that we're going to use, so we're going to start our toolpath there and end it at that same point, giving us a complete piece. All right, after that, in my toolpath options, I have the ability to adjust a quantity. I can apply the type of seam that I want or joint I want on this piece, whether it's just a butt joint here, which is common with 063, or if you're using 040, you're going to select that, most likely select that overlap seam. We've got also control over all of the bending within this piece, whether overall bending or individual line segments, lines and arc segments. I have control over all of that down here in our table. But we're going to go ahead and go with this quantity of 1, set up with our straight cut joint. So let's apply and confirm this. Now you'll notice one thing on our toolpath here is these white arrows indicating where the broaching unit will be applied. We have the ability within our software to control this a little bit, whether it's on an outside bend and an inside bend. We can turn those off, and right now in the software I have it turned off so it does not broach these inside corners. And this is really up to the fabricator what they want in the end, but from my experience I find that most guys like to turn it off on these inside bends because it leaves you a little bit more material there to work with. So we can see those broaching points on all these outside corners. That will happen. And let's place some punch holes, some drain holes in here. And we have the ability to place these anywhere. Obviously they're needed at the low points in the piece to provide drainage, but anyway, let's select this. We've got 2 different size punches in here. One 1/8 inch punch that's more commonly used for rivets, and then our 1/4 inch punch. So I've got a preset set up right now to use the 1/4 inch punch, and we're going to go ahead and place it down here. Now I've also have this program to happen at 2 different heights on the material at this point. So we'll see 2 punches in here. And we can set this up for one hole, 3 holes, 4 holes, whatever you would like. We can set that up just with the software setting. Okay, so we've got our toolpath drawn. We've got our drain holes placed where we'd like them. We have the broaching turned on. And let's go ahead and run this here, and then we'll take a look at what the machine's doing with the material. So we're going to select toolpath run and click on a toolpath here and run. I'll open up the top cabinet here so we can take a better look. So we've got our broaching unit here, applying that cut to the inside of the material so we can get a nice bend there. And we are able to adjust the depth of that with this dial here. If we wanted to make it a little bit deeper or a little more shallow, we can adjust that. Got our broaching unit. We just saw the punching unit apply those 2 drain holes. Now while that's doing some broaching, we'll take a quick look at the sander here. There's really not much you can see because all the action's happening inside here, but there's a plate on the back and a plate on the front that oscillate and at the same time sand the material. Now with the positioning of these 2 plates where we can control where if it's sanded on the outside and the inside or just on the outside, it's all happens with where these plates are positioned in the machine here. Our material's coming out here at our bending unit, so we're going to start start making these bends. See our drain holes there. All right, so bring that in there. Another nice thing that happens with this broaching unit and having a broach on the material is that you can rather easily manipulate the material by hand if needed. And a lot of fabricators love this because they're able to leave the piece unbent a little bit in certain places. Maybe there are tighter points where they need to get in there and weld. They can do that easily by opening the material back up, getting their tack weld, and then just simply wrapping around. And because of that broach, it automatically bends at that point, and it makes it really easy to work with. If you ever fabricated anything out of 063 by hand, you know it's a bear to bend accurately by hand. But the bender coupled with the broaching unit does a beautiful job and makes it a breeze to work with. So you can see that really right off the machine how that looks. We've got our 2 drain holes there at the bottom. And let's take a look here. That was a total run time for this piece. I can see in the software here, that was a total run time of 2 minutes and 24 seconds for this one piece there. So there you have it. There's a demonstration of the ChannelBender SXP processing 3-inch 063. It's been sanded, it's been broached, and we put our drain holes in there with our punching unit. So, thank you.